Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we talk about everything financial literacy. And today we're going to be talking about some breaking news. Yesterday, 2.9 billion records, including your social security number, your name, phone number, and address. The information was stolen in a data breach. An enormous amount of social security numbers and other sensitive information for millions of people could be in the hands of a hacking group after a data breach and may have been released on an online market. Now, this is what the Los Angeles Times had reported. This is also a USA Today article. The hacking group US DoD claimed it had allegedly stolen personal records of 2.9 billion people from national public data, according to a class action lawsuit filed in U.S. District Court in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, reported by Bloomberg Law. The breach was believed to have happened in or around April 2024, according to the lawsuit. And here's what we know about the alleged data breach so far. So, what information was included in this data breach? It was a class action lawsuit, and the press release said that the stolen files included 277.1 gigabytes of data, including the names, addresses, histories, relatives, dating back at least 3 decades. So this is going to be 30 years worth of information. US DoD claimed to be selling the 2.9 billion records of citizens of the US, the United Kingdom, and Canada on the dark web for 3.5 million. So the information was posted for sale in April. So that happened a few months ago. So what is National Public Data? National Public Data is a Florida-based background check company, and they keep all of these public records. And the company has not publicly confirmed a data breach, but the Los Angeles Times reported that it has been telling people who contacted them via email, "We are aware of a certain third-party claim about consumer data and are investigating these issues." So there has been some talk of a data breach. This information should be released to the public as soon as it happens, but it sounds like they may not have disclosed this information initially back in April. Although the lawsuit does claim that NPD has not provided any notice or warning to anyone about this data breach that could affect, 2.9 billion Americans. In fact, upon information and belief, the vast majority of class members were unaware that their sensitive personal information had been compromised and that they were and continue to be at significant risk of identity theft and various other forms of personal, social, and financial harm. That's what the lawsuit claims. So, information security company McAfee have reported that it hasn't found any filings with state attorney generals. Some states require companies that have experienced data breaches to file reports with their AG offices. To protect your information, you should freeze your credit. Make sure that there aren't any adverse or fraudulent accounts that have been opened, maybe addresses that you don't recognize. And what I'm going to do is attach a video to this video about how to file an identity theft claim. If you have any personal information that has been compromised, if you have any information that's not recognizable on your credit report, I think now would be a great time to look at filing that claim, to getting that information removed that you do not recognize. And, I'll keep you up to date on this, and we'll see how this plays out in the near future. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. We're going to be going to identitytheft.gov. Once you get there, we're going to click on Get Started. Then we're going to click on I want to report identity theft. There are some other options here. Someone has my information to try to use it. I'm worried about identity theft. If you are worried that's going to happen, my information was exposed or breached or something else. So we're going to choose I want to report identity theft. Couple of options here. The one we're going to pick is credit card accounts. But if you had like a loan, there's an option for loans. There's an option for someone opened a debit card, a checking account, savings account in your name, employment or tax fraud. Someone opened a telephone or maybe cable, power in your name, any benefits here or other types of accounts you can also put here. But what we're going to be looking at is credit card accounts. And tell us how your information was misused to open a fraudulent credit card account. And we're going to click continue. All right, we're going to click continue here. All right, and where it says what company or bank issued the credit card, that's where we're going to go back and we're going to copy our account. So remember, you want to make sure that you do the corresponding bureau that we're trying to dispute with. So for this one, I'm just going to give the example of Experian. Hopefully you have written down all of those other ones. Write them all down for Experian, write them all down for TransUnion, write them all down for Equifax. So we're going to copy that name and we're going to put it in here. Now it is January of 2024. Whatever month and whatever year that you are currently in watching this video, you want to put that month in that year. So we're going to put January 2024. If you tell us when you know when the account was open, so we can just go back to the report and then we're going to go to the day it was open. So that was May 24th, 2022. So we're going to get May 2022. And if you know the amount, which we do, we're going to go back here. That amount was $1,104, $1,104. And then we're going to enter the account number as well. So the account number right here, we're just going to copy that, or if you have it in your notes, just get it from there and enter that information. You don't have to worry about this part. We can skip that, but you want to add the additional account here. So we have our first one here. We're adding our second one here. You can do up to 5 accounts per report. Now, if you have more than 5 with Experian, do 5 on one, do the other 5 on the other, or however many you have left on the other. You're going to do this separately for TransUnion and separately for Equifax. All right. So our second collection that we had was National Credit Adjust. Again, we're just going to simply copy that information, go right here, paste it right in. When did you first notice that problem? Whatever month and whatever year that you are currently in at this time. All right. And tell us when the account was opened. We're going to go back to that. Date open, July 2018. So we're going to put the July 2018. All right, good. And the amount, it's going to be $525. Or again, you want to put the highest balance. Whatever the highest balance is, that's what you want to put. All right, and then we're going to copy this account number. And we're going to paste that in. And just that fast, we're done. Both accounts here. Again, you can do up to 5. If you have more than 5, then you want to do it on another report. And you're going to do a separate report for Experian, a separate report for TransUnion, and a separate report for Equifax. All right, so it's going to ask you for your first name. I'll just use my information here. And your primary phone number. This is not my actual phone number. It's just a Google Voice number that I'm going to use for the demonstration, but you'll want to use your actual phone number, okay? And then your email address. All right, so who's filing this complaint? Myself. And then you want to enter your date of birth. And then here you want to enter your address information. And this is not my actual address. If you go there, I will not be there. And then you could just put however long you live at the address. I'll just put 2010 in January. All right. And your name has not changed. If it has not changed, If you're military service, then you can put yes or no, and it will continue on to the next step. All right, do you know anything about the person who stole your identity? No. All right, so on the 4th page, have you reviewed a copy of your credit report? Yes. Were there any fraudulent accounts included on your credit report? Yes. Was any personal information wrong on your credit report? So you can take this opportunity to get rid of any old addresses or any irrelevant information that you don't want on there. So you can add that. If your name is wrong, you just want one name, make sure that you specify that. I'll just leave that blank for now. I did an entire video on inquiries, so I'm not going to worry about this here. If you want, again, I'm going to link that video and you can watch the video on the inquiries. Have you requested a fraud alert from one of the 3 national credit bureaus? No, not yet. This isn't a big deal. If you get a fraud alert, you can just contact the credit bureaus and remove it. It's not a bad thing. It just has to do extra verification in order to make sure that you are who you say you are, and you can easily call any of the 3 bureaus. They'll remove it immediately, so that's no big deal. Me personally, I didn't even get an alert on there, so I wouldn't worry about that. Have you contacted your local police department? No. Was your personal information exposed in a data breach? No. Has a debt collector contacted you about an account that isn't yours? No. So we're going to hit continue and we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, so next page, step 5 is personal statement. So they want you to submit a personal statement. Here I just gave an example. You can either copy this verbatim or you can kind of make your own. But I recently reviewed a copy of my credit report and noticed I had fraudulent accounts on my report. Please remove these accounts from my report. They are hurting my ability to obtain credit. So very short, sweet, right to the point. Just let them know that these accounts, you don't recognize them, you didn't authorize them, they're being reported by a third party, and you just want to just give just a couple little details there, and you're all done. So we're going to hit continue here. All right, so on the page 6, final page, we're going to see a little preview of our complaint here, and you're going to check the box, I understand, and you're going to finalize. And you can hit no thanks, just submit without an account, and continue. Alright, so you're going to get a report here. You can download the report. Once you have it, there's going to be an option where your printer comes up, but you can go here and then you can just choose the option to save as a PDF. It's going to be different for everybody's computer, but PDF, save, and we could save that to the desktop. Alright, and again, we're going to do this for up to 5 per bureau. If you have more than 5, do more than 1. And then we're going to do a separate report for each credit bureau. So if you need to go through, do this process again, do the process for TransUnion, do the process for Equifax, and then we're going to take all 3 of our reports once you're done, and then we're going to go to the next step. Alright, so you can go to Google and type in CFPB or go to consumerfinance.gov. So we're on the CFPB website. Just to give you some backstory, CFPB, they were created to basically protect you against banks, lenders, other financial institutions, to make sure that you're being treated fairly. So if you have some type of discrepancy with the credit bureaus, with your bank, with any financial institution, this is who you want to contact. This is who they have to answer to, right? So when you send letters, right, and you want to go through a couple rounds of that, and then this would be like the final step. We're going to circumvent that, and we're not going to wait 30 to 45 days. We're going to go straight to them with our information, and we're going to submit that complaint. So you can go to the very top, submit a complaint. You're going to scroll down and start a new complaint. Now, one thing about this website, if you start a complaint, do not refresh the screen. If you refresh that screen, the complaint won't go through. Okay, it's happened to me. It's happened to a lot of people that I know. The complaint will not go through. So if you have to go back, do anything of that nature, just restart the complaint. All right. So go to start a new complaint. You're going to create an account. Make sure it's an email that you do have access to and that you're going to be using, because you do want to get the responses from them. All right. So start that new complaint, set up that account, and then I'll see you on the next step. All right. So once your account is set up and you're ready to submit a complaint, we have 5 steps to take care of here. The option that we're looking for is credit reporting and other personal consumer reports. There are some other options here that you can go through if you'd like to kind of go through that, check them out at a later date. Then by all means, I would recommend it. What type of credit reporting product? Credit reporting, and then we're going to click on next. All right, and then we're going to go to incorrect information on our credit report. Information belongs to someone else, or identity theft. And have you already tried to fix this problem with the company? You always want to say yes, because if not, they'll try to defer you back to the company. Did you request information from the company? Yes. Did the company provide this information? No. All right. I would hit next here. And then what happened? You can pretty much copy and paste the exact same statement that you had previously. So I recently reviewed a copy of my credit report, noticed I have fraudulent activity, and then what would be a fair resolution? Please remove all fraudulent accounts. Thank you. All right, so here where it says attach a document, we want to select those reports that we got. We're going to add that here. Now again, we're only doing 1 bureau at a time, or 5 at a time per bureau. So this is for Experian. We're going to do 1 report for Experian. You need to include your driver's license, a picture of that, a picture of your social security card, a picture of a utility bill that shows your address, right? And you just want to make sure you have all this information, because sometimes they try to stall you out by saying that you weren't the one who submitted this. So the identity theft report, utility bill, social security card, driver's license, those 4 things we want to add to this report so they can verify that this is actually you. All right. So the company name that we're looking at right now is Experian. You can type it in. Name's going to pop up. You can just pick the first one at the very top. Then you're going to add all the information here. Last 4 of the social, date of birth, name as it appears on your credit report. Make sure to put the name as it appears on the report. Exactly the same. So last 4 of the social here. We're going to enter our birth date here, and the name as it appears on our credit report. All right, do you want to complain about another company? No, because this one will be both of the, or in this case both, but all of the collection accounts for Experian. We're going to put them all here. Again, if you have 5, it's only going to be 5. You have to do another one and then submit another report to the CFPB. So we're going to go next. At the very bottom, it's going to ask you to review. Since I'm actually signing into my account, I had to cut off some of the information there. But after you review the complaint, you're just going to scroll down to the very bottom. You're going to submit the complaint. You should get an email with the complaint details. And that is it. You'll want to repeat this process for TransUnion, repeat the process for Equifax.